Welcome to Casual Crafting. I continue to build the wing Gundam XXXG-01W Endless Waltz. And the last time, I had finished the right wing and the backpack, as you can see here. Now, they are very large pieces, filling up almost the entire view of the camera. Now I will naturally move on to building the left wing. Now let's get going. Putting those pieces aside, I actually prepared the parts of 6-4 already, so you won't be seeing me doing all the snipping and cutting and searching for the parts. And here they are. So how do they go together? You know, having done this before, it's almost looks like I've forgotten everything. Now, the first part goes on, I think, yes, this piece fits into the slot right here. The two red pieces actually join together. Something like this, with the pegs here go into the hole there. And I think I'm doing the wrong way around. Yep, sorry, it was oops, this way. Oh my gosh. Today is my clumsy day. But I finally got that figured out. You know, honestly, I shouldn't have to figure out anything. This is really supposed to be a simple thing to do. Alright, so there we go, and this part flips around and goes over here. And before I connect the other half, let's take a look at the other wing. So something I did in between the last video and now was I did some panel linings. You can see here on the other side and on the edge, and you can see on this wing part I have done the same panel lining on this inside part and on the edge here, right? There we go. Just seeing if I have anything on the red part I need to know about, but nothing much. Looks like it just fits in there and overlaps. So here we go. So that's a lot of lining up of the pegs. Right. Pegs goes into the holes again. And let's get the fit going. Okay, so am I being clumsy today? I think I am. And let's give it a good squeeze. And there we go. Oh, lots of squeezing going on here. You know, this piece is probably not seated fully. Well, and this is going to require lots of pressing and probably something I might want to do off screen. And you can see the gaps here as from the last piece. This is something that's definitely going to warrant some Mr. Cement. Right? Mr. Cement helps seal parts together. And I actually did use Mr. Cement on the other wing too to fill up all the gaps. So maybe I will demonstrate the use of Mr. Cement right now and then take a pause while it settles, right? So Mr. Cement, as you can see the gaps here, I'm just going to apply it along where the gap is. So Mr. Cement works a bit differently from other glues. It actually does melt the plastic and lets it fuse together, right? So I need to hold it together, squeeze it, and hold it for like a few minutes and let it set. Well, since watching me do this is going to be very boring, we'll probably do this off screen. Yeah, and here we are with the wing, having applied the Mr. Cement, and you can see the clamps I put on the wing to get everything closed, right? Seal up those gaps. Well, we will not let this setting time delay us, so I'm going to just put this away to the side, and let's continue with this. So we have some K's and I's. Alright, that's it right here. K9 and K8. It's 9 and 8. 8 is here, 9 is here. Well, just get the 9 out first. Careful not to cut off the peg. The next one is I3, which is long yellow bar thingy. Some quick cleanups here. I would like to invite you to support my channel by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Let's look at the reference wing. And I see I did apply some panel lines to those parts. So from a practical standpoint, I would probably want to panel line those things before I actually information. Looks like somehow when I handled it, the blackhead came more faded. Oh, more finger ups. Okay, let's put this back. Once I've seen that, let me do the other blue piece. I have also come to realize I probably should have cut the J parts too. Anyway, we could resolve that pretty quickly. Right, and that's the J15 and 16 the parts right here, so I'll just do a quick snip out. Oops, last up here, 15 and 16, and I'll get an E part, right, the big E tray, and that was 26, I believe, or somewhere on the here, right, it was 26 right there. Alright, so let's continue just processing these parts quickly. Well, actually, the word quickly shouldn't really be a word to use when doing these things. Right, as I was saying, no point to rush these things, because the faster you finish, the faster the experience ends, and I guess this hobby is very much the task of building this thing, right? So if you rush through it, your experience ends sooner, and then generally, gotta buy another model if you like the building experience, right? And buying new model means spending more money. Okay, and then let's do some maintenance. The red parts are generally doing quite well. Not much needed to touch up as far as I can tell. My cuts seem to have be pretty clean. Good. Yellow part. Something on the edge here. There was the side nut that has a larger nut piece, which just a bit of scraping. And out comes the glass file. Again. Oh, that's so squeaky. So I have no idea why this particular plastic squeaks so much compared to the other plastic materials, but man, there was some really loud squeakiness. Okay, just do some quick panel lining on the blue parts. It's easier to do it before it's assembled, right? Because once it's assembled, the parts become more inaccessible. It's partly why some planning is always helpful. I probably could have used the flow marker for this, but I think it's fine enough. Okay, got the color in, and this part correspondingly this thing, right? So not too difficult. There we go. If I had a finer tip Sharpie, I probably would have used that here. Okay, so there we go. Some parts that I don't think I panel lined the red. That's fine. Okay, so let's get the little wing part with all the clamps, and let's remove the clamps. Put them to the side somewhere. I'm gonna clamp them off. Well, not clamping them anywhere. I'll just put them to the side of my desk. Okay. Should be good enough. Alright, so we have this thing like this, and we put in the blue side with the pegs. Remember this, and this thing goes into the holes here, right there, and this thing goes into the corresponding pegs. And there we go. This thing goes over the top, but maybe not yet, because this red pieces are going to go in. So again, if I'm holding the ring like this, these red peg holes here come in like this, and this, right? So color separation, we have now this kind of thruster vent parts here on the left side, and this part here, remember it's the long part. Look carefully, long, short, right? Long on the left, right, short on the right side, and this goes into the hole right here, right? So I'm gonna put that with the anyway, long part facing in, and the connector here. Okay, so that's generally that. And let's look at the wings. There we go. Right. I think I generally got the panel lining roughly the same. I just have to touch up the grey panel liner here a bit. Seemed to have rubbed off a bit when I was handling it. Yeah, they all seem to have faded off near the edge for whatever reason. Thought it would have dried out by now. Anyway, put it back to the side. Yeah, so the final assembly for this would be this going over the top, but actually I'm not going to press it down right yet, because I am probably going to work on squeezing in some of these plastic parts first, right, before I continue on past 6-5. Not to mention there's some kind of dirt getting on the pieces for some reason. I mean, there we go. Finishing off at the 6-5. Alright, let's look at some of the panel lining work that was done here on the edge. I guess my fingers got got more ink on them, so I think should be very close to finishing this up actually. We only have a bunch of K parts and I parts, right? So let's do a quick snip out. K12 and 13, you can see I already pre-panel lined them. This I4 short piece right here. Actually, that's oh, we still have a an iPad here. Actually, okay. And quick cleanup. This was the in-between nub that previously also gave some trouble in terms of having a clean cutout. Yeah, so in case you guys haven't realized, right, the different color plastics are actually also not necessarily the same material, right? Plastics come in different forms, and these models are not made of all the same kind of plastic actually, right? Some of the color differences are actually a property of not only a property, but the different colored plastics may also reflect the different material used for them. So this one has quite a bit of plastic left at the top here. Let's see if we can cut a bit more using the nipper. Yes, I could. That's a benefit of buying a sharp one. If I recall from the previous piece, I could actually fit this file in between the two parts. Not the gap, I mean, I guess the gap of this part, right? So, able to file down some of the nut marks in between. Okay, that should be roughly good. Whoops, I need to actually touch up this yellow piece quickly. That should be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Yeah, yellow piece actually, I believe, if I get back the other wing, I did apply some panel lining to it. Black. Okay, you know what? I found out that the floor marker is actually the better one for this. So apply some here, and some here. I'll put it to the side. Let it dry out for a bit. Let's leave him right here. This stands up. Okay, so let's bring back this guy. So we can attach these plastic parts. I believe the peg part comes here, up right, and line it up with these blue pegs here, and this is supposed to fit in there. There we go. And the second half goes in here, and triangle socket, and there we go, it comes together. Now go about squeezing, and similarly to the other half, so we've got a good deal of squeezing. Anyway, I'll probably have to Mr. Cement some of the gaps. You can see there's a gap in here that's just not going away. I'll probably have to cement this. But just like the other wing, it would look something like this, right? This goes on something like this. I'm not going to push it down because I'm still going to adjust the panel lining, and looks like I smeared the ink. Dress. I have to redo that, and here we go. Yeah, something like this, right? And there we go. That is the left wing. It is going to be mounted together with the other wing, right, to the backpack, right? Can we actually show that here? Not really though. It's a bit too big, right? So, but we can try. Oh, just barely. Just barely. Okay, so push up a bit. And here's the back right in between, right? So that's really the full wing assembly. Well, maybe I'll just put in the middle. Yeah, whatever. Okay, anyway. These things are just not gonna fit anywhere anytime soon. So here we go. Both wings. Alright. Thank you for joining me as I finish up the wings of the Wing Gundam. Now we really have wings. And I hope you'll join me next time, as I think we'll be doing all the weapons and accessories. Till next time.